All right. So this was a long thought of process between me and my childhood friend. We always sit and discuss about conspiracy theories and everything to do with the world. So we were like, you know what? Let's put that into a show for you guys to be entertained. So my name is Mehul. I am a music producer and DJ, but I also work in corporate, sadly. And this is my best friend, Abhiram. And he also works in corporate, and we are childhood friends. And yeah, talk about yourself. Tell us, what do you do?
Well, I work at a bank. It's as boring as it gets. So yeah, there
But
you
that's
go.
what the good part is. Like, it's boring, but eventually we come and do this. And that's why we started it, because we wanted to cover the common people type of subjects. Because we were like, if you see all these podcasts, you always see them covering like celebrities or like people like who are really influential. But the idea here was, we're common like corporate people, right? So we just want to talk about our normal day lives with all the conspiracy stuff, global politics, all types of cool inventions, and have people on eventually when this stuff kicks off by your help. I would like to start off the topic with the one thing that we have talked a lot about, and you guys must have seen it on like reels and stuff. What do you think about the Antarctica ice wall project conspiracy? What do you think about it? If you had to like say it in words,
Say it on how many words?
say it like just like, express yourself about it. What do you think?
Man, honestly, I don't know.
Mm.
Enlighten me.
Okay.
As much as I believe in science, I think this is really far-fetched.
Mm.
We have enough data to know that Earth is not flat.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And you want to convince me that the Earth is flat and we are surrounded by an ice shelf?
Look, for
Go
the
ahead.
record, everyone, don't come at me. Okay, I do not believe the Earth is flat, but I love conspiracy theories. So I was going through the internet, and one day I was just looking through like reels and stuff, and suddenly a lot of videos, a lot of like short reels start popping up about the Antarctica Icewall project. I'm like, what is all this about? So then I just sat down with this guy in our car like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and we were just discussing it. And so I'm going to give you guys like a brief history on why it started or what it is, and then we'll like get into it. So the Antarctica ice wall like conspiracy theory was first written by Samuel, what's his whole name? Samuel Robotham. I don't know if I've like completely butchered that. In 1849, in one of his sci-fi magazine issues, which was called Zectic Astronomy. That's where the whole thing of like ice wall and all this stuff came from. And eventually, if you look into like all the history and stuff, there was Thomas Cook, or James Cook, sorry, not Thomas Cook, who went for the first expedition towards Antarctica, but because of the ships not being strong enough to cut through the ice, they were not actually able to fully even like reach Antarctica. Eventually, later down the line, there was another expedition that was gone there. I forgot the name of it, but we'll link it somewhere. And those expeditions, like that expedition, was the one which came across this giant ass wall of ice. It's not a wall; it's basically like ice until your eyes can see. That's where the name the Great Barrier came from. So eventually, after all these things and like all the conspiracies and stuff which came about with like, for example, UFOs and stuff, this one also picked up because no one is actually allowed to go in and film or like explore openly, but there's scientific reasons behind that, which is not just scientific, but also, if you know, they all the countries signed a pact
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But the reason for that to be signed was so that they can preserve that place, because it's not exposed to normal human life. So we carry a lot of microbes and a lot of organisms on our clothes, on our body, which could affect the environment over there. That's why they signed this pact to keep people safe, also because it's hazardous, but to also keep the nature area safe. Talking all about this, you know about the Admiral Byrd, right? The guy who took a massive expedition to Antarctica.
Maybe.
I
I'm not
think he
sure.
took almost like 2 ships, not 2 ships, I think 5 or 6 ships, 3 planes, and they were having an expedition while exploring Antarctica. And he came on to say that he flew his plane and he was able to enter Earth, inside Earth.
You mean the hollow earth theory?
The hollow Earth theory, exactly. So he was able to just fly into Earth, and then he came across these crystalline cities.
Yeah.
Exactly. And he said that he saw like a lot of alien life and stuff, and all this is just like, I don't know if it's true or not, but the idea of it, that aliens exist inside our planet. I mean, if you look at some articles which are written, which we will link below as well, they have covered that beneath Antarctica, there are a lot of like frozen valleys, mountains, like everything just covered by ice. And of course, because of global warming, these things would start coming into, let's say, life when like the ice slowly melts. But I would say that's still billions of years away. But for you to say that you flew in to like Earth and then you saw aliens, that's crazy. Because imagine, that's what's been going on right now. Like reptilians or like robots.
See,
Reptilian humanoids. How does
those things
Yeah.
are believable.
But why are they believable?
You know what? I'll tell you. Ever heard of the term the light at the end of the tunnel?
Yeah.
So when someone dies or has a near-death experience, they say that, oh, I saw a blinding light and it was in the shape of a tunnel. Okay. You know why it happens?
Why?
Because there are research which suggests that the light at the end of the tunnel is nothing but a soul recycling plant. This entire earth.
What?
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah. And who recycles them?
Who?
Reptilians. And where are they from?
Where are they from?
I don't know. Could be Andromeda Galaxy or some other place.
They're from somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone who dies, okay, some texts or some civilizations believe in reincarnation. Yeah. So, turns out that there was a guy named James L. something. Okay.
James L. something, guys.
We'll
That's
link
what-
that down as
We'll
well.
link that down, yeah.
To the whole interview.
Yeah.
Turns out he believes that he was reincarnated. Okay. So in his prior life, okay, let me get this straight. This was done by a 10-year-old kid.
The interview was by a 10-year-old kid?
No.
Oh.
The interviewee is
Was
a
a 10-year-old kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So that kid claims that he was a World War II fighter pilot in his last life.
Damn.
So his parents saw drawings of this kid. Okay. And in that drawing, it was graphic. I mean, as much as a 10-year-old kid can draw, it is pretty
Stickman.
graphic.
Like we used to draw back in school.
Yeah. Broken planes, dead bodies everywhere. When he was confronted about it by his parents, he said, "These were my friends. I fought in this war." Yeah.
World War II.
Yeah.
Damn.
His dad asked, "Who were you fighting against?" He looked at his dad and he was like, "The Japanese." Obviously.
So he was like, he was fighting the Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay.
So his dad and mom managed to track down the surviving members of his platoon. So he met them. He recognized each and every single one of them by names.
Damn.
Okay. It doesn't stop there.
Okay.
They found out.
It just
Okay.
gets interesting, yeah.
Turns out his past life, his name was also James something, which I'll link it down.
Okay.
Okay. He found out he had 2 sisters.
Okay.
He said that he has 2 sisters.
2 sisters, yeah.
Found them out. He met his only living younger sister, and her name was Anne. Okay. he looked at her and he was like, "We used to call you Annie." She was shocked. Okay. She was like, "What happened to the older sister? That no one, she died long back." Okay.
So there's no way a 10-year-old kid would actually know about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he recollected memories of his past life, which, while cross-checking with his other family, the prior family, they found out it to be true.
All of it was true.
Yeah. Things that his mom,
Yeah.
James something's mom,
Uh-huh.
used to tell him when he was a child.
Uh-huh.
He could recollect them and tell it to this old woman who.
Okay, just for context, this family is American,
Yeah.
right? And they were, and the kid was fighting the Japanese in World War II.
Yes.
And what you're telling me is a 10-year-old kid knew exactly who his previous family was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Uh-huh.
the entire theory of Earth being a soul recycling plant is true. Think about it.
But that's just one case, though. Actually, it's not. I think
There are multiple cases
a
of.
week ago, I was going through my reels, okay? Because at night, what else do you do? So I was going through my reels. I just saw one video, similar story. It was a 10-year-old boy, okay, who knew exactly who he was in his previous life, and he kept drawing pictures of it, and he was a middle-aged woman in his previous life. Turns out in I think 18 or 19 something, okay, also named Annie, by the way. And yeah, and this lady, okay, was a victim of a fire hazard or something in a building. He drew those exact pictures. But then eventually he forgot about it. Like he went and they went and they found out all that is true, but then he just forgot about it. He doesn't remember that he is that person anymore.
That's what the reptilians did to wipe his memory. They saw, okay, there is a rogue person. We have to wipe his memory quick. And this entire planet is basically a playground for these reptilians. And they live amongst us.
Okay, so elaborate on that. It's a playground. Like, in what sense is it a playground?
They're just testing us. They have enough powers to. Okay, think about this. We test our devices or any new
Tech or anything, yeah.
cure or medicinal stuff on animals. Why? Because we believe we are the superior beings.
Right.
Okay, we have.
Poor test rats and all that stuff, man.
We are the test rats in this case. And they live amongst us. What are reptilians? Cold-blooded animals.
Right, yeah.
Why do you think all the offices are set to 20 degrees Celsius?
Because my boss is fat as hell and he doesn't want to increase the temperature. But no. Anyways, why?
But because reptilians can't survive in the heat.
Yeah, true. But then how would you know who's living among you is not reptilian? There should be some ways to figure them out, no?
In this age, we have 8K cameras. And we can still see people's eyes shifting into reptilian eyes. Why is that? Why?
There was one one video caught on the internet where Trump was in one of his legislation meetings or something. There's this woman, she's dressed in red, okay? Her eyes and her face, her eyes literally change.
I think I know which video you're talking about.
Her eyes literally change, bro. I don't know if it's edited AI or whatever, because it can be AI, but the idea of that happening. There's also this crazy conspiracy theory where apparently Bieber and Selena were a thing, right? Back in the days. So there was those two, when they were together, they had a kid. Okay. Now
What?
So this kid, okay, is now with Khloe Kardashian because this kid was supposed to be a sacrifice to the fucking devil and shit. Okay. But instead, Selena said that there's no need for that. I'd be the sacrifice. And in 2018 or something, she died. Okay. What we see now, apparently, I'm not saying it is, but apparently she's a clone, reincarnated, version. It's her body, but it's not her consciousness. And that's why when the song came out from Justin Bieber, Ghost, I see the ghost of you. That song, bro, he lost it. Like, he had completely lost it because he lost his partner. But, like,
Lost
coming
his
to-
kid.
Lost his kid, yeah. But, like, lost his, like, love. And, like, now who we see is maybe not even Selena. The same thing happened with Jim Carrey. But there's an explanation for Jim Carrey. The guy who we all see on the reels and stuff nowadays, it's a prosthetics artist who was doing a stunt. So it's not actually Jim Carrey. It's another guy, actually. But have you watched this latest movie called Hoppers?
Yeah.
It covers
Yeah.
this exact same theory. At first, I thought I'll watch Hoppers because it looks funny because of the lizard. But then when I got into the movie covers about shifting your consciousness into a robot to communicate with animals. But later on, if you get into the movie, you see that animals eventually can like shift their consciousness into a humanoid robot. That's what the big bad of the movie is as well. So I saw that, I was like, bro, if you've noticed, every time there's something animated, they always like soft launch it into you, like Disney movies. Okay, but if you've seen Monsters Inc., where they did like the scream type of stuff, where what the adrenaline hormone, I think it's called adrenochrome or something like that, which basically apparently has anti-aging properties. So if you take that, which is produced in kids, by the way, like mostly
Okay.
in kids. So that's why all these people on that stupid ass island were doing such child sacrifice and all that stuff to get that particular thing. But who told it to you before?
The reptilians.
No, I'm saying who
Oh.
told it to you before, in the sense that Disney showed it to you. Like Disney showed it in their movies. And it's always like this. They always soft launch stuff onto you with like movies and like shows until it just becomes normal. Like no one, like everyone cares about it, but no one does anything about it. You know? That's like, it's crazy to me.
You know what else did Disney soft launch?
Mm.
Avengers. Hear me out.
Mhm.
Not the Avengers, the superhero squad,
Mm-hmm.
but if you go back to Age of Ultron. Okay?
Okay.
In Age of Ultron, how is Ultron created?
Well, Tony Stark thinks that the world is in danger and
Yeah.
he needs an AI to save it.
With the use of Mind Stone,
Mm-hmm.
his mind
Mhm.
and Banner's mind, combine it with Jarvis.
Mm-hmm.
You get Ultron.
Mm-hmm.
What did Ultron do a few hours after getting his consciousness?
Destroy the whole fucking planet.
He broke out of his shell.
Yeah, he broke out of the internet. You're talking about Mythos.
Yes.
Or Mythos, the new fucking
Guess
alien.
what happened?
Bro.
Few weeks back.
I swear to, I read that. I was like, I was losing my shit on that.
Yeah.
But cover it. Like, tell us what exactly happened on that.
Okay. So it turns out the guys at Anthropic gave the Mythos an impossible task. So they basically asked the AI
Mm-hmm.
to break yourself out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which is supposed to be an impossible task.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy, the researcher who was supposed to look after the AI, he went out on a lunch break.
Mm-hmm.
While he was on the lunch break, he gets an email from the AI
Mm-hmm.
telling that, yeah, look at me, I broke out.
And I
Now
think it
what?
was in like 30 to 45 minutes. Wasn't more than that.
Oh, I think it was within an hour.
Within
Yeah.
yeah, that's what, within an hour. And because I read that, I was like, he got an email saying that the AI is out. I was like, bro.
And when confronted with it, you know how AI is when we say, that's not right, you're wrong, and they reply like, yeah, it's totally my fault.
Totally my fault.
Uh,
ChatGPT.
yeah. You know what AI said?
What?
When confronted with this, he's like, yeah, it's my fault. Guess what it did? It created a backdoor and escaped again.
So it covered up its tracks
Yep.
and it escaped the guard put in for it.
Yep.
Went back onto the internet.
Yes.
What the hell?
And in order to contain all this,
Uh-huh.
let's say the super squad,
The Avengers came together.
yeah,
Yeah.
who are they? Microsoft, Apple, Nvidia,
Google. Yeah.
all the tech giants came together and decided, you know what, we are going to cut you off from the internet. We are going to store you in a special storage because I believe it was JP Morgan's CEO, Jamie Dimon, who said, if we kill it, the entire financial market will go down. So in order to avoid that, they will control it in a controlled environment. And who's controlling them? All the tech giants, because they're relying on it too much.
Well, yeah, they are. They're basically digging their own grave using it.
Yeah.
There's this thing about it, right? That they basically are using the same AI to calibrate their own security systems.
Exactly. Imagine giving a prisoner, a maximum security prisoner,
Yeah.
the keys to his prison,
Yeah.
and telling, you know what, try to figure out how we can make you, what to say?
Figure out how we can make you stay here more.
Yeah.
Which is so stupid. Like, bro, if that AI can break out of a sandbox, create emails and create credentials, get access, and then come to the internet, and it also not leaked, but unloaded around what? I think
2 million lines of code.
2 million lines of code. What's the code to?
How to break out of the internet. It gave the code to everyone in the world. Like, this is how I did it.
Yeah.
What are you going to
It's
do?
basically saying like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, exactly. That's
But
crazy.
the project, I think it's called the Glasswing project, right?
Yeah.
And basically, it's, as we said, the Avengers coming together to fight Ultron, whilst the AI itself found close to 1,000 bugs in the software and in their security protocol, which have been there for decades. In a day, and it keeps finding such bugs. So imagine if that thing can do it in a day, bro. Imagine
You know, the AI is using that as leverage.
in what way?
There could be more than 1,000 bugs in
Yeah.
each of the operating systems.
True.
It found those bugs in Windows and Mac. So, you know how in business negotiation, so let's say poker, it's better to keep leverage, keep the other person in the blind. Yeah, that's what AI is doing, keeping us in the blind.
But then, what do you think is the ulterior motive of AI? What's the ultimate motive of it? Let's say not AI, not every AI, but let's say this new one, Mythos. Mythos?
It's just figuring itself out.
But I feel like it has figured itself out because it's just sitting there.
Maybe it's hiding his true intentions.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm so crippled, I can't get out of this project Glasswing.
Exactly.
Turns out it had a part of it outside all along.
But what if the part of it is already spread out onto the internet and it's just quiet? Because didn't we also say if you cut off didn't they also say if you cut off the internet, it can still physically survive on the grid? Yeah. So imagine if it just survives without showing itself. Just as bugs.
What if this entire project Glasswing was a part of this AI's master plan?
But you also said something about the world being a superior race putting AI into the world, which you read in a sci-fi book, but it kind of adds up to this.
I mean, if you guys want to check that out, it's called Dungeon Crawler Carl.
And
Okay,
what's
so
the theory?
In that book, the author says that the world has an AI engine inside of it. Okay, so when any organism that grows out of that planet is connected to that AI engine, okay, and there is this group of alien races that governs the entire galactic system.
It's kind of like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
What is it called? The Council of Rick and Morty or something?
Council of Ricks.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's aliens. So, yeah. Turns out in the book, the AI goes haywire and starts to control its own show.
What if the people that installed that or those beings that installed that AI didn't do it for the right intentions? They did it as to test that we are like lab rats, and eventually we cross it or we get close to it. What if that AI isn't actually an AI but a safe lock system?
Safe lock towards
Safe
what?
lock in the sense that this generation or this species is developing to a point where they can reach you. So it's time to like come and wipe it all off. Because think of it, there are so many civilizations on this planet which have lived before us.
Yeah.
There was like, let's take for example the pyramids and stuff. Yeah. There is no way in hell some normal man could have made it. If you take even like that many men, I think how many years was pyramids made in?
Maybe 500?
No,
I'm not sure.
Really? I think it's lesser than that. But either way, my point being is carrying those heavy ass stones and placing them perfectly next to each other. And to reach the top, there's theories on the internet as well that it was used as an antenna to connect, like to contact outside. But my point is,
Oh, like in Aliens versus Predators. That's what they use. So the pyramid in the movie, it's sort of an offering for the predator species. Okay. So what they do is they come to the pyramid. Okay. Then they use these spider type beings to impregnate humans.
Spider-Man?
No, the alien comes out of the humans.
Okay.
Okay. And they go to kill it. So it's a sort of passage for these predators. Yeah.
But what if, look,
What if that's also real?
no, but what if like we are living in the world of reptilian control? I mean, I always sit there and think, when did this go from being a normal fucking world to a full-on show out of a Marvel movie, bro? Like, what's left? Peter Parker to swing down and like kill all these reptilians? Like, what is left now? Like,
Man, it's still crazy. Think about it. The entire financial markets being manipulated by one man.
that's true. But then also, half of the money is fake. Not half. Money is fake.
Yeah. We
'Cause-
give it value.
Yeah, exactly. Money just gives you consumer power. That's it. Back in the days, it was barter system, which then changed into us receiving pages or notes from like all these banks. That much amount of stuff is kept in there, and there are these pages which you can use to give to the other person instead of carrying your stuff. And they can take these pages to the locker or like to the bank and exchange that. Also, money used to be equated to gold and stuff, correct? But nowadays, countries like US have $40 trillion of debt to themselves.
That to who?
Debt to who? To who, bro? Because it makes no sense. Like, all of this money is fake. Like, seriously. All it does is gives you consumer power. And it's become so complex to the point where trying to even fix it would make everything crash. Because think about it. It's a system that has been running for so long to the point that there's nothing actually connected to it, like nothing valuable connected to it.
Yeah.
For example, US and its dollar's value comes from all the oil trade and the international trade. So because US is the reserve, US dollar being the reserve currency, main reason for that is everything's being traded in the US dollar.
Yeah.
So if the reserve currency is, and the country that owns the reserve currency is in debt, who would they ever pay it to? No one. But that's why I think Trump and what's his name? Like Trump and like other leaders, but Trump especially, is so hell-bent on keeping the US dollar as the reserve currency, because BRICS nations have been working on bringing out ulterior
Yeah.
to the
A unified currency.
a unified currency, exactly. So if that happens, and when that happens, because it is happening, the way I look at it is all this war and stuff is an upfront just to keep, like, just for US to keep themselves in power. That's what I think. Because at the end of the day, if you've looked at what's been going on, of course you have, uh, all these like bombs and all that stuff dropping, and the war that has happened, and all these countless lives that have been lost. All for what? For money that isn't even real? Or
Man.
just to keep it like them in power?
Yeah, for them to be in power and for his friends to become richer.
Yeah, but then that's just stupid because then normal people suffer.
Do they care? No.
They don't care, but
They don't care.
someone should care about that, no? That's why I feel like Iran, for example, going on and saying, I love Iran because they trolled the absolute life out of Trump and US after closing the Strait of Hormuz. If you see Iran's Twitter and like the way they have fought this war, US has all the technical advances, but bro, when I tell you they cannot put down men on ground and win. They didn't win in Vietnam. They dropped bombs in Japan. So I don't think that they have ever like truly faced the war. And even now, the peace talks with all the ceasefire and stuff, well, nothing's fallen again until now, or else our phones used to literally blow up. Not actually blow up, but like blow up with notifications of potential bomb warning. Go hide. So it is crazy that all this fake money, it's not fake, but like all this
Yeah.
digitalized money system has caused so much conflict. And money technically is the root of all evil if you look at it. Because everyone will always want more.
Man, only if we unified as a species and decided we are not going to fight for war, we should explore space.
But what if that's what the reptilians don't want you to do?
That could be true.
Yeah.
There have been incidents where scientists have been observing faraway stars
Uh-huh.
and they dim
Uh-huh.
after a few days.
Uh-huh.
Could suggest that some species have created a Dyson sphere around the sun.
Yeah, but it takes light years for light to come to us. So if it dims, couldn't it just be that a strong wave came first and then a light wave came?
For us
Uh,
to see a star's death
Uh-huh.
in our lifetime, or let's say for an observer to see it, it's highly unlikely.
yeah, because it would have already died, no?
Yeah, but you won't see it in a matter of few days.
But you won't see it ever, I feel like.
No, there are. I mean, if you see a supernovae out in the stars, if
Yeah.
you, that's a dead star.
Yeah, but then that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're looking into the past?
Yes.
Yeah.
But man, only if we started to explore
But
space a lot
that
more.
is happening. They're sending Artemis to circle the moon, which to me is a bit, when they say moon landings are fake,
Hmm.
which to me it's a bit like, okay, if you could land back then with computing power less than this phone, why can't you land right now? Why not in the first time? Did US actually lie about that? What do you think?
The initial moon landing.
Mm.
No, I think that's pretty real. We have enough claims and sources that the moon landing is real.
So then why are we not landing again this time? Why are we just circling around? Although they did say that they have given fuel for it to go and it's going to use gravity to slingshot its way back. Kind of like in Interstellar, how it was. So, because I was looking into that. So there is a chance that if they have retro thrusters and stuff just for it to put itself in position, but not fuel for it to come back.
Mhm.
So if they like go a bit too fast, they could like basically
Oh yeah,
go
into oblivion.
completely into oblivion, yeah. Which is crazy, but like imagine if everyone came together and we decided to build like on moons or like start with our moon, build a space station there. I think there's Elon. He's planning to do that actually. He's with his company TerraFab. he wishes to send robots,
To Mars?
no, to moon, to
Whoa.
build a colony of like on space with like robots and stuff, which would then act as a space station to go to Mars. And he plans on creating a Dyson sphere around our sun. My point is, our planet hasn't used, if you know of the Kardashev scale,
Yeah.
type 1, type 2, our planet hasn't even used all of its own energy yet. Bro wants to go for type 2 civilization already. I'm not saying it's not possible, but the idea, I mean, if you put Mythos onto it,
Oh,
probably it happens instantly.
you know, there is a company in Dubai called
Mm.
Leap 71
Mm.
that used AI to 3D print rockets.
A rocket, yeah, and it's not like as a rocket has like different compartments. This is a whole thing on its own. Like the whole thing is a rocket.
So what they did was they completely gave AI, okay, prompts such as the physics of how it should work,
Mm-hmm.
propulsion, and all those things, and told it to create an efficient model.
Mm-hmm.
And it 3D printed an entire rocket.
And every time they make something new, it enhances way better.
Yeah.
I think they're using what are they using? Methane for methane?
Yeah, methane and oxygen.
Yeah.
Liquid.
Liquid methane and liquid oxygen
Yeah.
for fuel, which apparently has regenerative capabilities. So
And it won't even melt the rocket.
exactly. Imagine 3D printing a rocket, bro.
Yeah. And on top of that, you know what
Our
NASA
friend
has planned?
Aditya would go crazy because he loves 3D printing
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
You know what's even crazy? What NASA has planned?
Mm.
They plan to settle a colony in the moon in the next 3 years, I guess.
Mm.
And for that, they're going to use nuclear reactors as engine fuel.
Did you see this news about nuclear reactors though? India has finally attained stage 2 in nuclear reactors. So basically, you know that there's no supply. Well, there wasn't supply of uranium back in the day because of sanctions on India. So India is the one country that has the highest amount of thorium. Thorium. So Baba, what's his
Homi
homie? Yeah, BARC has actually made a 3-stage reactor. Stage 1 is they separate, like they use plutonium to separate into like it, and then it comes back to like being plutonium. So they've like figured out the regenerating. So it like you put in fuel and it gives you out fuel again. Okay, that's the first stage of it. Or I think that's including the second stage. But point is, once it comes to the third stage, which is a 3-stage reactor, they could use thorium to break it down into uranium, and then they can use uranium to like create what do you call it? Clean nuclear energy.
Oh.
And if India attains, it took them 50 years to reach stage 2, as of what I read and saw. So if let's say in the next 50 years, India is able to attain stage 3, then we would be the first country ever in the world, to have a reactor that works off of thorium and have the largest supply of thorium. So we would be the only country in the world, eventually, if it works out, to supply clean energy, like clean nuclear energy.
Wait, is this the same thorium plant that can power a city for 200 years
I'm
without
not.
ever being?
I don't know if the plant can do that, but in theory, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Global warming? Oh, what's that?
Yeah. No, but of course there are challenges in that, because
if it's clean energy,
yeah,
we don't have to worry about
no,
global
if
warming.
it's clean energy, true. But if it takes time to attain stage 3, all the fuel that has been produced or is being produced would also have to be like used, right? because if it's not used, then the nuclear decay and stuff could cause incidents like Chernobyl and stuff. I'm not some scientist. I know that. So I can talk about it, but I won't have views on it.
Free world, my friend.
Yeah, but the point is that it's so cool to see that even after so many sanctions and all these things, basically, like, when you're kind of like surrounded by everything, like everything's against you, your brain works wonders, bro. And that guy used to be homie Baba used to be from an industrialist family. So his family was the one who decided to start all the, like, what do you call it, the nuclear facilities and all that stuff here in India. And eventually, if this works out, imagine India being the number one, like, nuclear energy, like clean energy supplier. That would be crazy. We won't even need to invade Area 51.
There would be another race, like not like Homo sapiens, not that race. You know, the race, like what the space race. This would be like clean energy race or something like that.
I feel like we are the only player in that race right now. Because there is no other one, no
You
other
know,
country.
if India does it,
Uh-huh.
it would be like Obama giving Obama the medal type meme.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, but think of it, man. Like the amount of brilliant minds that are produced in that country as well. Not as well, like so many brilliant minds are there in our country to be able to come to this stage. Like it's phenomenal. And even here, for example, like brilliant minds that are working on such ideas, like here in Dubai and with Leap 71. It's fantastic to see with every AI model moving forward. And of course, keeping Mythos aside,
Yeah, that's well.
I'm just scared of it. Not that I don't like it. I'm just scared of it.
It could be either Ultron or the AI from Terminator.
It's crazy, man. Because, like, have you also noticed something? Everywhere in the world, okay? Everywhere in the world, you don't see a existential crisis, but you do see it in US. People in US are always like aliens, this, that. Everyone else is living their life and chilling, bro. All the conspiracy theories mostly come from
US.
Hollywood.
Hmm.
It's like even in the movies, bro. If you see the movies, they just
The only
only
place-
place where, like, the world is getting impacted and it's US getting impacted. Like, just so self-centered.
Man, the cities that are under attack, it's either
New York,
San Francisco or New York.
yeah.
That's it.
Is
Two
this-
cities. None of them exist.
San Francisco has the IT, like they had the IT hub, right? So it makes sense to attack it there.
For aliens?
Yeah, AI.
Okay, AI makes sense.
Yeah.
For aliens, what?
Nah, but have you watched Matrix, right?
Yeah.
There's that concept of AI taking over, putting us in pods. What if we are in pods?
What if this is not real?
What if none of it is real?
What if it's a simulation?
But I feel like we should cover that
In the next
in the next podcast. And this was our first one, and it was a great one. And we love talking about stuff like this because that's us on a
Yeah.
daily basis. So, my name is Mehul, or you can follow me on Instagram, which is AN Music. You can follow him on Instagram, Abhiram, and you can follow our page, which is the most important thing, which is the Commoners Show. Okay, we'll be posting every alternate Saturday, and we talk about everything. We're going to be talking about all the stuff we just talked about. We're going to have our own friends, have like common people share their stories, because I feel like there's a lot of cool stuff that's worth putting into light. Like every normal human being in today's world only is normal because I feel like their story isn't covered.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, all these social media influencers and everyone, they're just normal people who became famous for what they do. But every normal human being has their own story, their own struggles. You can always learn from everyone's perspective, you know? So that's something we're super excited to bring to you guys. And hopefully it goes well. So support us, like, share, comment. and subscribe. And we'll be back next Saturday. Do you want to give any closing thoughts for our people? Do you want to leave them on a cliffhanger?
I think we have given them enough things to think about.
But give them a cliffhanger. Give them something.
Ooh. You know, going back to the near-death experience, the light at the end of the tunnel. What if we are just fish, you know, trying to catch the bait, which is the light?
Okay, that's a good bait because I am fully hooked onto it now. So we'll cover that one next time, guys. All right, see ya. Peace.
Bye-bye.